Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Just going to do the usual check, so bear with me, please. Make sure we are actually live. Thanks for understanding. Am I talking to myself? How do I do this now? View channel. Live. Oh. How do I do this now? You'd think I'd be used to looking at myself on TV by now, but nah, I don't think I ever get used to it. How are we all doing? I hope you're doing well. It is Tuesday, the 27th of February, 2024. It's my second day off. The job hunt continues. Still got a job, but I'm looking for a better job. So I thought I'm looking around to see if I've missed anything. We're going to have a look at my King of Fighters collection this evening. And the reason I'm looking around, because I've probably done it again. I forgot a few things, only a few things. We did this same exact video, but we were talking about the Tekken franchise, or my Tekken collection kind of thing. I only feel like I got Tekken Tag game guides and stuff like that, but they're quite thin, so can't blame me too much for missing them, you know. I went game hunting today as well. It's pretty cool, but you'll have to stay tuned. Didn't do loads. I traded in more. I'm trying to get to 1,000 games in my collection. I'm at the 999 at one point, but then I'm trading more in than I'm buying in, you know. So it's almost like I'm scared what's going to happen when I hit that 1,000 physical games in my collection. Anyway, that's enough jibber jabbering. Doesn't look like anyone's there. No problem. So we're going to look at my collection. I have got a few of the bits and bobs. I got a little bit of like Garou Mark of the Wolves I want to show you. I've got Fatal Fury, Real Bout Fatal Fury, Capcom vs SNK, some other bits and bobs. So I got the games, manga, artwork, but probably my favourite book in my entire house. This is kind of like my Bible, I suppose you could say. So I think we'll talk about how I got into the franchise. If I think really, really hard, our local arcade, yes, I'm that old. I grew up kind of in the arcade scene in sunny Swansea. They had a King of Fighters game in there. I can't remember which one it was. I was really, really young, and I briefly played it. I think I went as Chang of all characters. Why, I don't know what was appealing to him, about him rather. But yeah, so I had played it briefly in the arcade. Again, it wasn't a life-changing moment like the moment Street Fighter changed my life, made me the loser I am today. Not made me the man I am today, or loser, whatever you want to call it. I'm happy how things are going. But there is one game, and I've said it, anyone that's watched any of my videos, or these kind of videos, so I'm talking about how many games. I've got just under 1,000 physical games in my collection. If I had to sell them all and keep one game, this is the game I would keep. It's Capcom vs SNK 2. Now, this is my introduction to the King of Fighters, but it's my introduction to SNK as a whole, I suppose, okay? And the rest is history, let's say. Now, this is actually my original copy I had from back in the day. So it was in, what was it called? Game Station. So it was 4 for 20. I apologise, I've told the story before, but I'm going to say it briefly again. I bought this game by mistake. I was in a hurry, game hunting in a hurry. I was leaving it to the last minute before my bus left, basically, and I was in Game Station, and they had obviously the offer 4 for 20. The funny thing is, I can't remember the other games. They're long gone, okay, but this game stayed with me. And Capcom vs SNK 2 was also in this 4 for 20 offer. I know, what a great offer they had on. I think one is a motorbike game. That's all I can remember. I don't want to guess what the other ones were, okay? But I can't remember. But then I was putting games back, and I always struggle to find that fourth game. So I had the 3, and believe it or not, this was the 4th game. And I thought I was picking up Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but I accidentally, because I'd been looking at the back of this, thinking, oh, this looks really good, you know, I like the look of it. But I don't know, I recognise, like, Chun-Li, the Street Fighter, or the Capcom characters, no idea who the other guys are. So I thought, I don't know, but I only wanted one fighting game. I never thought I'd be like I am today, with over 100 fighting games in my collection, rotating 3, sometimes 4, sometimes 7 fighting games every single week. I never thought I'd be at that stage. But then, what was I going to say? Yeah, so I picked it up by mistake. So I grabbed this, paid, I went on my merry way. So I put the games on the shelf. So I played the first game, whatever that was. Normally, like, say it was a first-person shooter. That was my main kind of game I was into back in the day. So I was playing that, and then, say, a couple of weeks went by, I was blending games out. Basically, this game sat on my shelf for at least 3 months. And then I was bored one afternoon, you know. I had a life back then. I was out there and about all the time. And I thought, I'll play that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game. I'll play as Incredible Hulk and Spider-Man or something. So again, I opened it up, put it in. Again, I still had no idea. I thought, I like this tune. Pretty catchy. You know, okay, let's normal mode, whatever. What's this 3-on-3? What's this ratio? Just whatever the top one was, just go. I wanted just to mess around with it a little bit. I was like, right. And there's a lot of characters in there, isn't there? It doesn't show the character select screen. It's got a massive roster, okay? And I was like, okay, so Ryu, yeah, Akuma, yeah, Chun-Li, yeah, Kami, you know, all my usuals. And I was like, well, where's all the Marvel characters? And I was really looking, going, right, Incredible Hulk, he'll be easy to spot in green. Oh no, that's Blanca. Then I was like, oh, it's Spider-Man. So cut the long story short, then I realised, I looked at it again and thought I thought I blamed the guy. I thought he put the wrong disc in. But no, my fault. I picked up the wrong game. And from a gaming point of view, that is the best mistake I've ever made in my entire life. As you probably see, I am a massive fan of SNK, everything SNK do. My next big pickup is the plan is to get an arcade cabinet here in the games room. And there's one looks the best value. It's an SNK one. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, like an MVS Neo Geo, and it's got 50 pre-installed games in there. So all the big classics. Obviously this isn't, because it's technically a Capcom game, isn't it? So that's, again, I'll talk about that. This video isn't about that. But yeah, that's kind of me honouring how much I love the SNK as a franchise, you know. So yeah, that was my introduction to technically the King of Fighters universe. This is where I don't want to say fell in love, but my favourite fighting game character, not from King of Fighters, of every single fighting game character out there, all my friends will know this, is King. She is fantastic. Not Tekken King, the King of Fighters King. They've named the game after her, haven't they? She's the main, well, she's my favourite character of all time. So I've got the GameCube version as well. And I've also got the Xbox version. Because it's my favourite game, I think I'm going to officially put that out there. This is my favourite game of all time. It's very important. I can't talk about how important it is enough, okay? I like triple dipped, if you like. And when I get a Dreamcast, I'm probably going to quadruple dip. I'll be like I don't know the name. Some YouTubers buy everything on the PS5 and the Switch, or they buy all the versions of the same game. I'll be like that, but because it's the perfect game, why not, you know? So that was my introduction into the world of SNK, okay? I am not that organised today, all right? I'll do my top 3, if I remember. I think if you're more organised, wouldn't you? My top 3 King of Fighters games, I'll save them till the end, okay? Okay, I'll just grab whatever's closest then. This is my boy, Kaio Kazangi. My figure. They're action figures, they're not toys. Honest. Yeah, so he's like a shelf guardian, I think we call them. He sits on, you can probably see I got like Street Fighter ones and stuff like that. But I can't remember where I got him from. I think I might have ordered this, you know. You don't see much, that's the thing. Collecting King of Fighters, you don't see a lot of it out there. What else to show you? We'll do my artwork then, just in case I forget. Okay, so I've got, I think that's from King of Fighters 94. When I had it, I wasn't sure which way. I'm pretty sure it is supposed to be that way. That's the way I've got it. I haven't put it on the wall yet. I've also got a number of King of Fighters artwork on my wall. I'm not going to get them off for this video, okay? Yes, I've got that one. Put that there. My boy, Kaio Kazangi. Got that one. They're in random shells. I just thought it'd be really... random frames, rather. I thought it'd be really funny to have, like, serious-looking frames and have my fighting game characters and artwork in everything in my games room. If it's going up on the wall, it's going in a frame, you know. What's this? King of Fighters 97. Yeah, and I haven't really got I'm running out of wall space, I am. That's the reason they haven't gone up. But I think it's going to have to go into my hallway. My hallway is going to be like a museum. But one of my walls, you can't see it off camera, is got mainly fighting games. We got a bit of Godzilla, a bit of Star Wars, a bit of Back to the Future and stuff like that on there, okay? But there's no room. There's all different shapes and sizes on there, but there's no more space on there, unfortunately. We will do my books. Yeah, quite a lot of books, actually. So, I like the manga as well. So, the expanded universe. The story of King of Fighters, the sagas, like the Orochi saga and stuff like that, it's quite a lot to take in. And the earlier games didn't really, like in the arcade, the early games didn't really tell you what's going on, kind of thing. It's a bit more to, it's not like the Iron Fist tournament or it's all the best fighters from around the world gather to enter a tournament, kind of thing. Or Pazman 90, what is occurring? Welcome to my live stream, my King of Fighters collection live chilled stream. That's what I've typed there. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm all good. Day 2 of my day off. So sit back, relax, and any questions about anything, just shout them out though. Yeah, so we're looking at my King of Fighters collection. You haven't missed much if you just joined. We have done... What have we done? My artwork, basically. And I talked about my favourite game, Capcom vs SNK 2. So you haven't missed much. How long have you been into King of Fighters? What's the first game you played? I can't remember the first game I played. I got a feeling it was King of Fighters 95. I don't know why, but it's like my memory might be playing tricks on me. And I played... I'll have to look into it a bit more. Because I'm not sure if Chang is in King of Fighters 95. But... maybe it was 98. It could very well have been King of Fighters 98, but I was... I can't really remember. It didn't have the same impact as Street Fighter 2 had on me, okay? But I've always been a fan since I picked up Capcom vs SNK 2. I've kind of wanted to know more about these characters, you know? And it took me probably 12 months of playing Capcom vs SNK 2 to actually get around to playing as King, because I'm all about my comfort zone. I was playing as mainly the Capcom characters. Like my first 2 team was Sagat, Ryu and Akuma. They've always been my team. But I've replaced Sagat with King, and now King's my favourite fighting game character of all time, you know. Across all the games, top 3 characters from King of Fighters. King. And Andy Bogard. No. King's number 1. Joe Higashi is number 2. Then probably Andy Bogard, okay? But if you're looking at the bending the rules slightly, King of Fighters 15 had the Samurai Showdown DLC, which I've obviously got. Replace Andy Bogard with Nakaruru. So King, Joe Higashi, Nakaruru. What a great team. Right, so we have got... So I really enjoyed reading this, actually. It's only 2 in the series. It's to go alongside King of Fighters 2003. And that was a hard game to find, okay? I haven't had it in the... Well, I say I haven't had it in the collection long. I've had it probably about 2 years. And these are, if I remember right, yeah, full colour as well. Really good quality manga, you know? So yeah, I got 2 of them. So volume 1 and volume 2. Really good. I think you'd enjoy that, even if you're not into your King of Fighters. But if you're into your King of Fighters, you're in for a treat, you know? Now these, I bought these off the same seller. And I was aware they were Japanese. So this one's King of Fighters 98. Strategy guide in Japanese. And if I wasn't fluent in Japanese, you could argue it was a complete waste of money. But I'm obviously fluent in Japanese. Do you know what? Chang, looking at Chang there. Yeah, I think it was King of Fighters 98 was my first ever experience with King of Fighters. But I don't regret buying them because they're absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning books, you know. I think there was a little bit of artwork. Sorry, I'm saying at the front. It's backwards, isn't it? You know, it's got all the really, really cool stuff. So that's King of Fighters 98. And King of Fighters 2001. It's a bit of a beast of a book. Yeah, this has got the artwork in there, like Blue Mary there. Oh, and I forgot it had a poster. Can't remember. Oh yeah, I have seen this. I don't know if I put this on the frame. Yeah, so pretty cool. Only thing with this seller, he charged me twice. It was in the same envelope, and he charged me postage twice. I thought he could have at least met me halfway, mate. But again, beautiful artwork in there and stuff like that, you know. So yes, that's for King of Fighters 2001. Now, my favourite book in my entire collection. It's quite a new book. I pre-ordered this and had it on launch day. And I'm going to tell you something I wasn't aware of, okay, when I bought it. It actually came in this kind of slip-on cover as well. So it comes in there. So it's the, yeah, it goes in there. It's the Bitmap books, okay? So that's the company there. Not sure. I've heard of them. I've had my eye on the company for a very long time. And I know they've done quite a few SNK books, so they've done one previous to this one. But then when I heard they were doing a King of Fighters one, I couldn't give them my money fast enough. I had to pre-order it quite far in advance, but I'm so happy with it. But what I wasn't aware, and if you're thinking of buying any books off Bitmap books, while it shipped it to me, it was like 2-3 days. It wasn't a long time for shipping. They sent me a link via my email. So I've got a digital copy as well on my iPad. To me, that's fantastic, okay? And I love to share artwork and stuff like that. I'll show you the artwork in it now. So I can do screenshots on my iPad and share stuff on straight up to Instagram and stuff like that, you know? But the quality is fantastic. So there's my main right there. King. And this is the book. Look at the size on it. Always joke, like if anyone breaks into my house, I'm going to throw one of my one of my Berserk books at them, at the Intruder. If that was the first one I'd grab, I wouldn't throw it. It's my favourite book. I'll say that. I got a lot of Street Fighter books. That's my favourite book, okay? And it basically goes through the full series. I can't remember if King of Fighters 15 was in it. But it's got pretty much everything you'd ever want to know about King of Fighters. It's got absolutely stunning artwork in there. Yeah, it tells you, and it's got like the King of Fighters band, Nakaruru, was she on the keyboard just there. Yeah, King of Fighters have such good artwork, don't they? Yeah, King of Fighters 94. I was right with that artwork I got just there. Yeah, I think you can get this on Amazon as well now, guys. I don't know if it comes with the slip-on cover thing. I'm not sure on that. But I'm sure I was scrolling through the other day, and you can get it. It's £30-something. But if you're half a fan of King of Fighters, or if you want to get into the King of Fighters, I want to know about the story, the lore, the history of it. Yeah, definitely recommend. That's a really good way to get into it. That's by far my favourite book in my collection. You know. So I've done that. I may as well show you, we're going kind of off topic. It technically is King of Fighters, but it's Garou Mark of the Wolves. So it's, I think that's going to be the next game SNK make, isn't it? It's Garou Mark of the Wolves, so it's Geese Howard from Fatal Fury's son, is raised by, so he's the bad guy. His son is raised by the good guy, Terry Bogard. So his son's Rock Howard. So he's in his own fighting game roster, and Terry Bogard is in the roster as well. If you're wondering if you've seen him with that like leather, almost like World War II pilots, like fighter pilots jacket on, that's from Garou Mark of the Wolves, okay? And I snagged a Garou Mark of the Wolves for the PlayStation 2. A Neo Geo fight stick. It's almost identical. I think the measurements are the same, but obviously because the Neo Geo, or because the PlayStation 2 needed more buttons, they've added the other buttons just there. It's great if you want to get like the feeling of owning a Neo Geo. Like, this is the poor man's option, I suppose, on the PlayStation 2, because there's a lot of good King of Fighters games and Neo Geo games on the PlayStation 2. Yeah, I got this. I'll show you the case as well. We got it sealed. The game wasn't in there, but I've got the game. I got 2 versions of the game anyway. Yeah, that was a great find, that was. But if you look, it looks almost mint. It was mint when I had it, okay? But Rossi, when he was a pup, he chewed it. He's a boy, isn't he? I don't mind. He could have eaten the whole bloody thing, but you know, he got in the games room when he's a pup, so my fault. And I'm never gonna sell it anyway, so I don't ever plan on selling it. The only problem though with it, if you don't notice, it's quite thin, especially if you look at it from that angle. Now, I've normally got a pillow on my lap when I'm gaming, okay? So if I've got my PlayStation 5 control pad, or whatever controller I've got in my hand, my elbows are like got something to kneel on, rest on rather. So same thing with my fight sticks. I put them on top of my pillow. Good job. If I was tournament level, I'd have to go to a tournament with my pillow. Can you imagine? So I put that on the pillow because it's too thin. Like, if you look how thin it is compared to some of the other fight sticks, maybe it's just me. It's murdering that muscle there. My mum is medically retired. She's got the same thing. It's murder on my shoulders, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I have to change my setup with that. Angry Moose, what's happening? Hello there. Hope all is good. Everything's great, thank you. I think I remember you mentioning when Rossi chewed that box, lol. Yes, yeah. Again, there's no hate. Do you know what I mean? Like, he chewed my Master System cable, didn't he, into hundreds of pieces. I was angry with that one, but this one, I don't know what he was thinking. Maybe he had a little nibble and thought, nah, I don't think I'm supposed to be doing this. He had second thoughts about it, you know. So we'll stay with Garou Mark of the Bulls then. We will look at, these are my pride and joy as well. So I've got a couple of these. I see some YouTubers got them in the background. They got like a full shelf, okay. So they're made by, there's Pix and Love and Limited Run Games. I think this is Limited Run Games do these, okay. And it's like a collection. That's like a, what they call it, like a replica of the actual Neo Geo cases. So again, this is the poor man's option. Not that these are poor, mind. But then you got like, I got some of the art cards framed around here. So obviously it's got the game, poster. It's got a little small version of like model of the Neo Geo cartridge. If you're wondering why it's still sealed, I've got it on the PlayStation digital. So digital, I paid like £3 for it. I can't remember how much I paid for this, but I paid a hell of a lot more than £3. I remember when I won the bid. My imaginary friend Chris was with me. We were in the gym, and I'm never one of those guys that's, you know, some people go to the gym and they're always on their phones. I'm like, my phone's in my pocket normally. I know we're going off topic now. My phone's in my pocket in case of an emergency, if someone wants to call me or something. If Rossi wants to bark down the phone at me or something. But this time I was on the phone because the auction ended while we were in the gym. And I was like, I was one of those guys, you know. So, yeah, I won that bid. I'm very happy. If you haven't got any of these guys, they're great, but one on the shelf doesn't look right. So you got to have a couple. I've got a total of 4. I got Samurai Showdown up there, but we're not talking about that franchise. We'll save that one for later. So I've got 3. I'll talk about the other one at the end because I'm going to do my top 3 favourite King of Fighters games of all time. Remind me if anyone's still there when we get to the end, if I've forgotten to do it. So King of Fighters 2000. That's the newest one in the collection. I'm actually watching, there's the Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 2. Same as these. They're £85. And I also want The Last Blade 2. But it's so hard, and they're £85 each. But it's hard to pay that because I got both of those games installed on my PlayStation 5. So I'm literally playing for this box, basically. It's hard to justify that, you know. But I absolutely love the artwork on this. And I love Vanessa there. She's one of my favourite characters as well. She's very good fun to play as. Yeah, they're always really good looking games. Same exact story there, guys. Sealed, because I got a digital copy in there. It's got a poster in there and some cards as well. Eventually, I'll have all artwork and cards framed and up on the wall somewhere. I'm trying to keep my... Well, the plan was all my nerd stuff, my gamer stuff, in this games room. Slowly starting to spill out. But like downstairs, I wanted to be like a normal person. I live alone, but if I ever have visitors that aren't gamers, I don't want them to think, look at this nerd. But I've actually got pictures of Rossi, other family stuff, and I got a picture of Akira bike, like a blueprint of the Akira bike. Maybe I'll have to do a living room tour, you know, one day. But yeah, so that's King of Fighters 2000. I'll leave that one till the end. Let's look at more books. So if you wanted to get into, if you like your manga, this is the complete series, so volumes 1 to 6. These come out kind of building hype for King of Fighters 15. Pretty good actually. What's his name? Antoniov. He's hosting the tournament just like in King of Fighters 15. But it's actually got Nakaruru is in it. I'm not going to spoil it, but she's kind of in it. And it's like, they knew back then that they were going to tie in with the idea of having a Samurai Showdown DLC. Mind you, she's in Nakaruru. She's in King of Fighters 14 as well. So I'll just show you the covers then. So really good. I can't remember how much they were. The only thing, though, right? I bought them, and I was buying one a week. Every time they came out, I'd be buying a new one. Leona on the cover there. Okay, and Cooler. Yeah, the thing with King of Fighters stuff, if you don't buy it sooner, they can go so silly. They get really, really expensive because they're so collectible and rare. And number 6. And they actually do an alright job. It's hard because the roster's massive. They're all basically, without spoiling it too much, there's a tournament and the majority of it's in a stadium. Some fights happen outside, like in the woods, the grounds of the stadium, I suppose. But my favourite parts were they had characters like chilling out in the stands, just watching the other fights. So the fight is where the story is, but there'd be another story, or not even a story. It'd be like, I don't know, Team Orochi meeting up with Team Fatal Fury. Oh, hey, how are you doing? I haven't seen you since the last tournament, kind of thing. And the other thing just coming back to me now is because it's all on TV. All the fans, it's like, oh yeah, the King of Fighters tournament. They're all so excited about it, and when they're getting off the train and stuff like that, the fans are going crazy. Yeah, I love all that stuff. I do. So that is I think that's all books now, guys. Let's do my PlayStation 2 then. This is probably the one I've got the most of. Oh, balancing skills. One of them is sealed. Yeah, top 2 aren't... Well, it's Fatal Fury, the reason I've going to show this one off. So, this is the SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1. They're toying with us and they saying Volume 1 because there wasn't a Volume 2. I have no idea. So, look at all the games you get as well. This, to me, right, I think I paid £25-30. I don't know how much it goes for now. Maybe around about that. You can argue, because of the amount of games on there, and they're really good quality games, and the same thing goes for the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. They say it's worth what you're willing to pay. If that was £100, I'd pay £100 for that, because of what is on it, and same with the Anniversary Street Fighter Collection. There's so many good games, but Fatal Fury is the game I'm talking about. And you can argue Art of Fighting's on there. Oh, and King of Fighters 94 is on there as well, actually. So, Ricky Jones, good evening. Welcome to my King of Fighters collection live stream. Sorry, butchered that. Good job we're not live. Welcome to my King of Fighters collection live chill stream. I'll edit that other bit out. Then we've got, I may as well show you then, so I'm not talking about it twice. I kind of double dipped, so I got it on the PSP, but obviously I can play it on the go. That's a hard game to find. That's really, really hard. It's probably out of stock in CX. If it's not out of stock in CX, buy it right now. Subscribe to my channel, then buy it right now. And the other one, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. I was very late to the party with this. I had no idea this game existed until about 4 years ago. And I think it's available on the Switch. I might be making that up. I've got a feeling my imaginary friend Chris, he's the one that told me about it. And I think, yeah, it's available on the Switch. But it's got, well, Les Rock Howard right there. It's kind of, it's a game with, it's got like, basically all the Neo Geo characters from all different franchises. Not technically just fighting games, they're all mashed into one giant roster. Really underrated game, that is. Never seen it out there. I think I had to order that maybe on CX. I don't know how rare it is. If that's around about the £30, it's definitely 100% worth it, okay? One of the prides in my collection, King of Fighters, the Orochi Saga. This has got 94, 95, 96, 97 and 98 is all on there, and that is the one that I've got sealed, boys and girls, grannies and aunts. And the reason I've got it sealed is because I own it on the PlayStation 5 as well. So I got the digital copy of it. So this is kind of, yes, I'm a gamer, but I'm also a collector as well, okay? So for the special games, I want to go that extra mile, okay? So yeah, I've got that there. Let's do, I flip them that way because I'm in better order. So this one, King of Fighters 2000 and 2001. Now this game is, I'm starting to notice a lot, especially with the PlayStation 2, a lot of the fighting games are starting to go up in price. Like, I think I've seen that for about £2 to £4 about when I first bought my house. 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, let's say, yeah? And now it's about £15. Tekken, I know I'm talking about a different franchise, Tekken 5, since Chris is after it, that's £15 now. That was, I think I paid £4 for that, and that wasn't that long ago in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, so any King of Fighters games, if you see them out there, they all seem to be going up in price. So if you got the money, buy it before it gets silly money. King of Fighters 2002, we'll talk a bit more about that game later. I love what they've done with King of Fighters. They redoing them, especially King of Fighters 98. There's so many different versions of them, like Global Match, Final Edition, and then it's not technically the last one. They'll have all these different editions. They look the same, because I absolutely love the look of these games, okay? But yeah, so we'll get back to 2000 and we'll get back to that one, okay? King of Fighters 2003, I think I said earlier on, this one is so hard to find. And the funny thing with this, I had with CX, you can do the notify me when it's in stock thing. So I did that, and it came up. I bought it straight away. Yeah, it's not. Feels like it's got the manual, but no, it's still got the receipt in there. How much did I pay for it? Yeah, so I bought it straight away, and think it came on like the Wednesday or something. Yeah, £15 I paid for it. It was definitely worth £15. And if you didn't know, most of these games, these PlayStation 2 games, is the basic version is available on the PlayStation Store, and some of them are like £5.79. Some of them, like the modernized controls and the balance patches and all that stuff, they tend to go for a little bit more. I'm only talking like £15.99. King of Fighters 2003, I think it is out. I'm not 100% sure. I know they've announced it. It was on my watch list. But if it's out, it's very recently come out. So you haven't got to go the PlayStation route. There are easier ways, more accessible ways to play these amazing games, okay? Yeah, so I bought it on the Wednesday, let's say. And then on that weekend, I went to Cardiff game hunting, and we went to Super Tomato in Cardiff. Shout out Super Tomato in Cardiff. And he had it in stock there. I think it was a little bit more expensive, if I'm being honest, but not a lot more. But it was like, I've been looking for this for about 2 or 3 years for a physical copy. Then I thought I'll just buy it when it comes in stock in CX. Because on eBay, it was going for £30, £40 plus, because the sellers know how rare this game is. So they were taking advantage then, weren't they? So yeah, that was a funny story with that one. Then we've got King of Fighters 11. So then we went from the year, 94, 95, 96. I know they went in financial trouble, didn't they? And it's been a couple of times S&K have been in financial trouble. And then somebody buys them out, or they move things around. So wouldn't it be cool if they did run, not like FIFA every year, you get a new game. Imagine having a new King of Fighters game every single year. That it would impact the quality, because I know it's how hard it is to make a fighting game these days. But then we went to a numbered now, okay? So King of Fighters 11, okay? Quite a good game. I think this is the one, I always get a bit confused. A little bit too slow for my liking. That one there. Then we've got King of Fighters Maximum Impact. I like them, but they were trying the 3D kind of style. I think for a first 3D game, they did a really good job. But by then, like, Tekken Tag Tournament was out, Tekken 4, Tekken 5 might have been out, and they'd on their like 5th or 6th game Tekken were. It was a tall order to see if they could compete with that. But the best thing with that game there is the opening cutscene. It's really epic, you know. Then I got King of Fighters Maximum Impact 2. Another good game. I can't remember. I think I played both of these on my series around the world of 80 fighting games. I always muddle them up. I think that's the 2 is the better version. And King of Fighters Neowave. That's probably the cheapest SNK game from my point of view out there, you know. I struggle with that game. I like it. It looks fantastic. But it's my least favourite on the PlayStation 2. Right, I'll put that one down there. Let's I'll do. Again, we're talking prices. If you see any of these King of Fighters or Fatal Fury games out there, buy them before they go silly money. This game is not cheap. A great game though. But I think I bought this. I bought this in Super Tomato. It is sealed. Sealed. Complete in box, okay. So it's got quite a skinny little manual in there. I think I can't remember, about £65 for it. Then I came home. Then they announced that they're putting it on the PlayStation Store for like £5.79. So again, I do play it on my PlayStation. So I've kind of double dipped on that one as well. And this is Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 1. There is Volume 2 is out there as well. This is complete in box as well. So this has got Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, and Fatal Fury Road to the Final Victory is on there. Again, I got this on the PlayStation Store, and I am tempted to get they do these limited run games with those versions of that. That'd be a fantastic one to have, you know, because they also come with like the artwork and stuff like that. So that's how I justify it to myself. Just put that one down there for a second, and that one there. Let's go through. Just want to put that down there as well. We're nearly there, guys. How long have I been jibber jabbering? No way have I been going for 42 minutes and 31 seconds. No way. Oh my god, it seriously feels like I've been talking for like 20 minutes. King of Fighters 12. I really like the look of this game, but this is really slow compared to the other ones in the franchise. And the good thing with Capcom, going back to Capcom versus SNK 2, you can change the speed of the game as well. And if you put it on the top, it's so fast and so fun, you know. Yeah, I don't play that one much because of the other one that came out on the PlayStation 3, okay? We'll talk about that one in a bit. And one that gets quite a bit of hate, but I do enjoy it, King of Fighters 14. So I went all out on this one, so I got the Steelbook. Quite a disappointing Steelbook, being honest. They missed the trick there. I like the cover, but on the back, I don't know. They could have added a bit more colour in there, I think. But it does look good when it's got the slip-on thing on there. So I think I said earlier on, it's got a really good roster. So like Nakaruru is in it. It's quite a bit of content in there as well. And when I first saw screenshots for King of Fighters 15, I honestly couldn't tell the difference. Then after playing King of Fighters 15 and then going back to playing King of Fighters 14, there is a big difference. Really cool stages on this one as well, though. But the problem is, like, it's the same thing. There's a better game on the PS3, better King of Fighters, so that gets overshadowed by it. And on the PS4, there's a better King of Fighters game, which I'll talk about in a sec. They're just overshadowed, you know. So if I'm in the mood to play a PS3 game, there's better out there. Same with the PS4, there's better out there, okay? So we are now at, I think I've done everything. And I have remembered we're going to do my top 3 favourite, shaking my head for effect, King of Fighters games, okay? The Angry Moose. Are there any other King of Fighters games or merchandise that you still want to add to your collection? Yes, sir, there are. But because I got a mortgage, and now and again I've been known to be responsible with my money. For example, I've got every single King of Fighters game on the PS2, apart from one. So, King of Fighters and SNK games, okay? The one I'm missing is King of Fighters 98. I think it's Global Match. On the PlayStation 2, last time I looked, it was £150. They haven't even got it in CX, so if I was having a mad one and I thought I just need to, do you know what I mean? I nearly bought Godzilla today. That was 100. I saw it for 150, and I was actually tempted. But the thing that put me off was it was the Japanese version, because that Godzilla is £180 in CX now. What the fuck? Yeah, so I'll tell you the ones I want. So that's my first choice. Oh, you're buying them for me, are you, Angry Moose? You are the guy. You are the guy. No, but the King of Fighters 98, that version is £150. King of Fighters 15, I'll tell you about it in a sec. I'd like just for my PS5, I got the PS4 version. I'd rather have had the PS5, and I should have bought the PS5. I'll tell you about that in a sec. And there's... is there King of Fighters on the Game Boy Advance? And I know there's a King of Fighters game on the... What was that? N-Gage, is it? Is that the Nokia? Believe it or not, there was a King of Fighters game came out on... it was the N-Gage, wasn't it? Look, it was a phone, but it was a gaming thing, then a phone. I was trying to do both, but it was shit at both kind of thing. I'm pretty sure there's a King of Fighters game on that. But yeah, it's expensive, you know. But like King of Fighters 15, when that came out, there wasn't a collector's edition. Well, I bought the top tier. I'm telling you, there was one thing. I forgot, I got a King of Fighters t-shirt. It's a little bit, and it's too small in the arms and the chest. It's really loose around the stomach. But because my muscles are too big, I can't wear it, you know. I'll just rip. I'll just bend my arm like I go rip. Honest. What else would I like? Angry Moose is on him. He's buying me games. I think that's it. When I look on CX, there is King of Fighters 2006, but it's a Japanese only exclusive. We never had it over here. So you'll have to buy me a Japanese PS2 as well, please. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm only joking. What else would I like? I think that is it. I've got, like, the top 3 games. They get played so much compared to the rest of the ones in the series, you know. But there's only so many hours. You can only play so many games in a day, isn't it? So, without further ado, let's do my top 3 King of Fighters games. Oh, Angry Moose, I think you might have to ask Santa. I'm a bit skint at the moment, lol. I know, it's silly. If that King of Fighters 98, and the thing is, the hard thing is, right, with these King of Fighters games, most now are available digital. If you want the basic version, it even says PlayStation 2. You know when it loads. Have you ever bought one of those games on the PS4 or PS5? You buy it, and it says PlayStation 2. And the start button is actually the sensor. You know, the sensor pad in the middle of the controller. That's how you start it. So they're not very good ports. They're as basic as can be, basically, okay? They're that version. And they're the ones that are £5.79. But then if you want the, like, upscale controls, modernized versions, they're the ones that are a little bit more, okay? And they are definitely worth paying more, because you can tell what extras in there, okay? They add things like training mode. Not all these games have got a training mode in there, you know? And that's, for a lot of people, that's a big deal, isn't it? So, my third favourite King of Fighters game of all time is King of Fighters 15. So this is the version. That's the game. It's out. There's no point in putting that in there for ease of access. God, I need to play that game though. So I bought this. I'm just noticed now. It's got the... I don't think I'm allowed to trade that into CX because it's... I think that's German, isn't it? I bought this from Game. I pre-ordered this. This was the top collector's edition, whatever. And I only ever buy fighting games new. I can't justify buying an RPG or first-person shooter. I always wait for those to come down into sale, okay? But fighting games is different. So I pre-ordered this in my local game, and it was the top tier one, and I think it was $79.99. Now, like the Street Fighter one, $250, the Mortal Kombat one, $240. I know I didn't go for the Tekken one, but that was $270, $60 or $70, and this was $80. You don't get half as much, but you did have the t-shirt. That's hanging up in my bedroom, okay? But you did get quite a bit of stuff in there. You had the Season 1 pass as well, okay? So you had the soundtrack, which is pretty good, actually. There is a small art book and a couple of the art cards. And 2 out of the 3 of them are up on my wall, okay? So, yeah, this is my 3rd favourite. It's the one I've had from launch. Like all the others, can argue I'm late to the party on it. Well, apart from the next 2, basically. I had the next 2 on launch as well. It's not the best it's ever looked. I've got a certain art style. I think King of Fighters 2002 or King of Fighters 13 had the best art style, you know. It depends on sprites or whatever kind of art style you like. But once you can get past that, it's so much fun. It's not quite like Tekken, where I can play as every single character. I've done arcade mode, or story mode is called, in every single character, because I always like to explore the full roster. But yeah, they have done a really, really good job, and I need to go back to it. It's been a hot minute since I played this game, you know. Again, you can't play all the games all the time. So, my number 2 favourite King of Fighters game of all time is, drumroll please, I'll edit that in later, it's not like we're live or anything, it's King of Fighters 2002, Bambino. So, like I said earlier on, this is a different version than the one I showed you earlier on. So this one's called Unlimited Match, okay? This is actually not... This is Pix and Love, isn't it? I need to find my glasses. I think one's limited run games. I'm pretty sure this is Pix and Love. It's just slightly different, okay? The actual case. I think this is more like what the Neo Geo cases are like. I love even the tape says Neo Geo on it as well. This game is outstanding. Yeah, and a 66 character roster is in there, okay? It's almost the perfect fighting game. And it's got... it's sealed. Same again. There was a time I owned 3 copies of this. It's sealed because I got the digital copy downloaded. And I did actually have another physical. I think that physical was sealed as well. I saw it on eBay for silly cheap. So it was just that. And I swapped it with Chris, my imaginary friend Chris. Shout out my imaginary friend Chris. We swapped it for something. But it's got like a stunning art book and everything. This is a really, really nice collection. Yeah, I was so happy when I found this. I can't remember how much I paid for. I think it was actually too good to pass up, you know, because this was the 3rd version I bought of it as well. But yeah, I love this. I love the stages. They're very distracting. I always get distracted by what's going on in the background of these games, okay, guys? Yeah, so that is my 2nd favourite King of Fighters game of all time. Now, my number 1. There are times, right now it's not my favourite game of all time, but there have been times over the years where it was my favourite game of all time. But then when I play, there's 3 that I rotate, okay, basically. It's just Capcom SNK 2, there's this, and there's Street Fighter 4. They always seem to rotate. But it's King of Fighters 13. So I've got 2 versions of it. So this is the deluxe edition. All singing, all dancing, okay? This is one of the best games I've ever seen visually. It holds up. It has aged, whatever they've done to the art style, it's aged like a fine wine. And I was so excited 3-4 months ago when they announced that they were redoing it on the PlayStation 4. Yes, I could have bought it digital, but I had to go physical for this bad. But it cost me a couple of quid more, and I had to wait, I think, a little bit longer because they forget about us here in the UK. You know, these games, they think people in the UK don't play fighting games or King of Fighters games. You always seem to be last in the queue. But it's fantastic. The sound, little things like there's one stage where you're in like a cave fighting, and the echo, they've nailed it. It's so advanced. Everything is, it's almost the perfect fighting game. I've only ever completed it once. That's my only complaint. It's on me because SNK games are known for being hard. It's one of the hardest fighting games I've ever played. I can get to the final boss quite comfortably. Like, I haven't played it for, say, 3 months. Now, if I played it, I probably could just about get to the final boss. But then all 3 characters, even if I got the final boss's health down to half, that's good for me, you know. Yeah, it's a hard game. That's my only complaint. But I absolutely love it. It's the best Joe Gargashi's ever looked. It's the best King has ever looked. All the characters, the best they've ever looked. I think that's, if you ask a lot of the hardcore King of Fighters fans, that probably would be their favourite. It wouldn't alter my opinion anyway. Like, a lot of Street Fighter fans say Street Fighter 3 Third Strike's the best. It's not. Street Fighter 4 is the best. Probably closely followed by 6 now. But yeah, in my opinion, the best King of Fighters game is King of Fighters 13. Yeah, let me know in the comments. What did you think of my collection? What's your top 3? I really enjoyed that. And the Angry Moose, you got me thinking, what do I need? But yeah, I'm probably got everything I could want. I've got the artwork as well. Tell you what else, and I think my magic friend Chris has got it. They did a limited edition Game Boy Advance. To know not the flip one, the normal one, the controls either side of the screen. There's a King of Fighters version of that. Yeah, there's not. I got most of what I want. You know, everything. I'm in my 40s. I got this far without those games in my life. But just from a collector's point of view, it's a good question. You know, you've got me thinking, what do I need? But I very rarely see any of the older King of Fighters games. I see quite a lot King of Fighters 15. And funnily enough, today, in Console Action in Swansea Market, shout out Console Action in Swansea Market, he's still got King of Fighters 13, the Ultimate Edition, for the Xbox 360. Now, I nearly bought that. I probably would never play it, but just with my collector's hat on, yeah, it was £20. Maybe next time if I go there, it'll probably be months. I probably will. I'll just buy it. I only bought one game today. I bought more movies today than games. Yeah, that is everything. I probably, when I'm putting these away, go, I forgot to show off that. I forgot to show off that. Like the t-shirt. It's an alright t-shirt. It's not the best t-shirt. It's not going to change your life. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining me on this video, my little journey of King of Fighters. Let me know, what shall I do next? Because I got a week off. I'm trying to be every 7 o'clock. Let's go live. We haven't got to. Maybe we'll do Mortal Kombat. I think I said last night, if I did Street Fighter, I've got so much stuff. This took me an hour. I reckon we'd be about 2 hours going through my Street Fighter collection. My books, the games, the figures, everything, and with me jibber jabbering talking about it as well. We're probably 2 hours with Street Fighter. Maybe we'll do Samurai Showdown. I got a couple of extra bits I've recently added to the collection. That won't be quite as long a video. Yeah, have a think. Well, let me know in the comments, what would you like to see? There you go, guys. We'll cut it off there. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your week. All the buttons over there. Love you. Bye.